Bringing into the conversation former Pro Bowl center for the Buffalo Bills, Eric Wood. He now is the Bills radio color commentator. Eric, thanks so much for taking time with us this morning. You were in the building when this took place yesterday. What was it like to watch this play out, not just from up in the booth, but as a guy who played with a lot of the guys kneeling on the field there?
Yeah, it was extremely tough to watch. It went from maybe the most electric atmosphere I've ever been in with the anticipation of this big Monday Night Football game to an absolutely horrific situation. And as an NFL player, you understand there is a certain amount of risk every time you go out on the field. We are used to seeing knee injuries, ankle injuries, even head injuries to this point. What happened on the field and the reaction immediately from the players let everyone in the stadium understand that there was something extremely serious going on out on the field. And then to see a teammate of yours, to see someone you love and blood, sweat, and tears every day with, get CPR performed on him for almost 10 minutes is just had everybody in the entire stadium shook to the core.
Eric, I'm sure you talked to some of your buddies after this happened. What was it like to be down on the field for them as this was playing out, this horrific scene?
It's scary, emotional, shocking. You know, for a lot of these guys, it's not something you ever expect to see on an NFL field. Like I said, this is really an unprecedented situation. I believe almost everybody was in shock, and it seemed like both teams, coaching staffs and organizations, until they had the information on Damar, which they did, and still really don't at this point, they weren't willing to go back out there and play. And I respect that decision from the organizations and from the league.
Hey, Eric, hoping you could tell us a little bit about Damar. As you just saw in that report, she's from the Pittsburgh area, just 24 years old, had a charity where he tried to raise toys for a daycare that had about $15,000 or so worth of donations. After the injury, it's well north of $3 million. We know his mother was there at the stadium last night, rode with him in the ambulance to the hospital. Tell everyone here and everyone watching at home who's praying for Damar Hamlin right now, tell us a little bit about him as a person.
He's a special young man. I actually got to cover him at the University of Pittsburgh when I was with ESPN, and their head coach, Pat Narduzzi. They had guys that were going to be drafted higher than Damar in the draft, but all Pat Narduzzi could talk about was that the best pro in the building was Damar Hamlin. Just handles his business. Incredible kid from Pittsburgh, plays his college ball at Pittsburgh, and then doesn't go too far over to Buffalo to play his NFL ball. Just an absolutely world-class individual, and prayers are extremely appreciated at this point.
Eric, we know what the team has put out there, that Damar is in critical condition, that he'd been sedated to be intubated. Are you hearing anything else from around the team, around the players, about how he's doing this morning?
We're not, and everybody's just looking for information. The last we had heard was that they were going to allow him to sleep, intubated, and that they would keep everybody abreast of the situation when they knew something more.
Well, Eric, please pass along to the organization, all those players, our thoughts and our prayers. So many, not just football fans, but the whole country now thinking about one guy, Damar Hamlin, Pro Bowl center for the Buffalo Bills, Eric Wood. Eric, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure, Willie.